Hey everyone, if you're selling online with print on demand, you probably want to know what you're getting per sale, what your profit is. And with Redbubble making changes recently, I thought this would be a good time to make this video of what you make per each print on demand site. So I'm going to go over Amazon, Redbubble, TeePublic, and some others, as well as Printify, to show you how much you make per sale when you're selling a t-shirt online. Alright, first I'm going to start with TeePublic because one, it's pretty straightforward what you're getting paid there. You don't have to do very many calculations. And two, you can't really change the price of the t-shirt. So we're going to base everything in this video off of the price of the TeePublic t-shirt, which is, if you go to their shop right now in August 2025, it's $23. So to compare apples to apples, orange to oranges, I'm going to base all the profit that you're making off of a $23 t-shirt, just so you can see what it is. Now, of course, on Amazon, most t-shirts are not $23, they're actually lower, as well as Redbubble. And on Shopify and Etsy, most of the time it's higher than $23, especially on Shopify. I've priced mine at $29.99. But just to keep it all the same, we're gonna do $23 so you can see the difference. So $23, if I scroll down here, you can actually see the earnings right here, artist earnings. Just click here. And right across the board, you don't have to even do any math. The regular, if you're in the artisan category, there's two categories, so I'll go over that as well. The artisan category, you get $4 for a t-shirt, mainly across the board for all the apparel. And then you get $2 when it's on sale, and half of the time TeePublic stuff is on sale, so you know, you're probably making one of those two. I like to think that we're getting $4, but honestly, we're probably getting more like $2. Now, if you're an apprentice category, which is the lower of the two, you get $3 per sale of a t-shirt at $23. And then when it's on sale, of course, it's not on sale for $23. It's marked down, which is why you get also less, $1 $1 per sale. That's crazy low. That's like getting paid for stickers on Redbubble. But anyway, that's it. If you want to know the prices, pretty straightforward. They don't change it on here. But what's really interesting is their Dashery store. So you actually have the option to do a Dashery store. I think it's down here. Yeah, right here. Create a Dashery store. Now I'm logged in as my Dashery store, so I can come in here and view my Dashery store, my earnings, and so on. I haven't made anything yet because I haven't really pushed it. The difference between this and TeePublic is that you actually need to drive traffic like you would a Shopify store. So I haven't done that, but let me show you something that you can check here, and that is edit my Dashery store, I believe. And here in your account, you can set your pricing, and I set it to custom just so you can see at $23 for the classic t-shirt. You could make, if you can get sales on your Dashery store, $12.88. Now you can change all of these things. I made it custom so that I get $23. Now if it's not at $23, I can check value, and you can see it's at $16, I get $6. Standard, I get $11 when it sells at $22, and premium at $27, at $16, and so on. But this is pretty cool. $23. You can also make your sale markup too. So you do not have to follow what TeePublic is doing if you're selling on their own site. If you're selling on Dashery store, your own store, you got different rules here. So pretty cool idea. Haven't really taken advantage of it. If you have, let me know that in the comments. So pretty much most people are using the TeePublic marketplace, which is giving $4 and $3 respectively. So since Redbubble made some changes recently, let's do that next so you can kind of understand what's going on there. They have three categories or three tiers, so I'm going to try and explain all of those. All right, so here we are on Redbubble. The way to find out what you can sell on Redbubble and what the new prices are is I'm going to scroll all the way down. You can come down here to Artist Blog. They also have a Dashery store, which is interesting. Artist Blog, and let's see what that goes to. Yeah, you can see account tiers and fees on Redbubble. Very recent, I think in the last week or so. I'm going to click on here. And this is starting September 1st. So they announced this. This didn't start yet. It will start in a little bit. So I'm going to show you some of these things. So here are what the changes to expect on top of what's already there. So let me go over some of that really quickly. So there's a 20% platform fee on monthly earnings for premium accounts. That'd be the middle tier. For standard accounts, they're going to simplify it. There's going to be a standard 50% charge on monthly earnings. So if you made $10, they would take 50% of that, and you would actually only make $5. And same thing with this. If you did $10 on the premium, and they would take 20%, so $2, you would actually only make $8, that kind of thing. And then there's another tier, which is the pro tier that they don't touch. So there's that. Then there's also doing this this new thing called the new excess markup fee. So to encourage you not to put more than 20% markup on your designs, I'll show you that later. If you do, they're going to charge you a 50% fee on top of the marked up percentage. So much math there, but that's what they're doing. So they want you to stay at 20%, which was the default, but a lot of people, especially for stickers, we made it like 80% or 90% or whatever it was. So it was getting out of hand, I guess, for them, and that's why they did it. And then all these other ones don't really matter for what you make per. I mean, you can read this, but for what we're talking about per t-shirt, I'm going to show you how that affects it. So let's go back to Redbubble. And then I'm going to show you, I'll go to the prices here. So here's where you look at product pricing. I changed it all to 20% so you can see kind of the breakdown of it, but we're just going to go to the regular classic t-shirt. And the regular classic t-shirt, I put at 15% just so you can see that it's $23.99 or $23, $22.99, $23. You get $3 if you are on the pro tier. So remember, they take 20% from you if you're on the premium tier, which is the middle tier. So that would leave you with $2.40 instead of $3. And if you are on the lowest tier, the standard tier, then you make half of this. You only make $1.50. So pretty crazy. You thought TeePublic prices were low. This can get even lower too. So let me show you what it is at 20%. So at 20%, the classic tee actually is $23.99. It sells, but you'll always see it on sale on Redbubble. That's kind of how they do it. But you get $4 per sale. So very similar to TeePublic at the highest tiers, right? And this is not including all of that. Now, if you went higher and tried to like get more per this, you can definitely go up to 30%, and then it would be $6. But of course, with all the math and percentage, you actually only get $5 because of the excess markup fee. And same thing with if you did it for $40 right here, it looks like you would get $8, but actually you would only get $6 because of that percentage markup fee. So they're trying to incentivize you to keep it at 20 or below, but I would just keep it at 20. I wouldn't go any lower than that. And you can get a little bump up for more, but that would also increase your price and all of those things. So I think it actually makes more sense on some of the other ones, but as far as t-shirts, I think making it competitive is pretty cool. All right, so that's TeePublic and Redbubble. Let me go over some of the print-on-demand sites that you may not be used to, and then we're going to go into Amazon and Printify that you can use with Etsy and your Shopify store. All right, I'm going to go over 4 really quickly that I don't use very often. It's really hard to find the prices. They're not really straightforward on like changing your prices or how much they are. If you know a place to find these, I've been on these for a little while trying to figure out where it is. But I can look at some of my sales that I made before, and some of them are close to $23, so that's what I'm going to do. So this is Threadless. When you sell on Threadless, you can see my earnings and my totals here. And just for one t-shirt, let's see right there, I'm only getting $1.30 per t-shirt. This one I sold 2 for $2.80, so $1.40. And so on. So like $1.50, $1.40. This one sold to like $1.30. So I'm guessing you get about $1.30 per sale of t-shirt on Threadless with artists with Threadless, and that's through their site, through their marketplace. I'm guessing you get more when you sell through your own site and drive traffic, but you know, when you sell on their marketplace, you get paid less. Same thing with Cafe Press. So Cafe Press, here are some of my earnings. Here's the marketplace right here, and this one's pretty close at $22.99, almost $23, and $2.53 per sale. So not that much better, about less than $3 per sale of a t-shirt. So again, I'm selling it on their marketplace. On Zazzle, I couldn't find a place to look at this, so again, I had to go look at my sales. And this one right here is $22.47. I got $3.93, which is almost $4. This one's $25, which is over $5. So somewhere around there, five-ish, high fours, low five, I would think, for a $23 t-shirt. I don't see where I can change that or make that any different. It kind of is what it is. So they give you what they give you. And Spreadshirt, you can change your pricing on here. The base price is $16. Of course, if you change it to $23, your margin is $6. And so that's kind of what they're doing. So again, Spreadshirt is more kind of they have a marketplace, doesn't have a lot of traffic, but if you can push traffic to your Spreadshirt shop, you get this. That's kind of the idea, is the more you push traffic towards it, the higher your margins is basically what happens. Let's go, speaking of traffic, Amazon has the best traffic for a free print-on-demand site. It's huge. Let me show you what you make for a $23 t-shirt on Amazon. So here I am on Amazon Merch on Demand. It's pretty straightforward. You can create products here, and it's really easy to know what your markup is or your profit is. They tell you right here when you change it to $23, I'm going to go $23.00, you will get $7.11 royalty on a standard t-shirt. Now, to be fair, most of the t-shirts on Amazon are not $23. I would say they're somewhere between $16 to $19.99. Some can do that, but I usually price it at either $19.99 at my highest or $20 right there. That's what you'll see. You can get away with $23.99 if you have a really good t-shirt, lots of brand, like good stuff. There are some, definitely, when I showed like the K-pop Demon Hunter ones, they were over $23, and that's because people like that. So I wouldn't price it at that at the beginning, but if you notice that people are buying it and it's something very popular, yes, you can do $23. But for the most part, they're usually under $20 on here. But to compare apples to apples, yeah, $23 right here, $7.11 is what you get currently on Amazon Merch on Demand if you can sell it at $23. Now, let's go to Printify, and I'll show you, there's so many different options on Printify, but I'm going to choose the lowest one there and kind of show you the markup and what you can sell. All right, so here I am on Printify. You can use Printify for Shopify or Etsy, any of those. I think it's really great. I've been talking about it a lot. I do a lot of videos for it. But I want to show you this first. So to use Printify, you can use it for free. It doesn't cost you anything. They'll take like the base price of the whatever product you're gonna sell, and then you mark it up, and then you kind of keep the rest of it. There's some math involved in there, but basically that's how it works, to simplify it. There is a premium version of Printify where you pay monthly, but you get a big discount on those products. And if you're selling a lot of products through Etsy or your Shopify store, this is actually really worth it. Up to 20% discount on all products and everything. So I wanted to mention that because you're gonna see two prices when I show you what the price is on Printify. And one of them will be Printify Premium price, which is definitely lower. So let's go into the catalog, and I'm gonna show you basically like the one that most people get with t-shirts. Now we can talk about, like, there's all these t-shirts, so there's a wide variety. I'm not gonna go over all of them. This isn't a tier system or whatever. This is more about quality and what kind of shirts you want to pick. But I'm gonna pick the one that a lot of people pick for price, the low price, and that is this Gildan 5000. Now if I click on here, you're gonna see it says Printify choice. That's just how it chooses it. You can see here I can choose this manually as well. So usually I do Monster Digital, sometimes I could do Printify Choice. It's pretty similar, the price. So let's go Monster Digital price for this Gildan 5000. And we're gonna see that it's $9.86 right here for the regular Printify price, no premium, no Printify premium. But if you did do Printify premium, $7.53. Now on top of that, there is a shipping cost of $4.29, which you can add to it. Now, if you just wanna raise your price higher just to cover that, you can do that too if you're selling on Shopify. So I'm gonna add these two up, subtract them from 23, and do the math and kind of show you what it's like for this. Again, if you're selling on Shopify, you may want to sell your t-shirts for $25.99, $26.99. I have mine at $29.99 on my site, and you can see that I've made sales with that as well. So depending what you want, you can do that, but let's just base it off of $23. So here's the math. The Gildan, with all those prices for just the basic Printify, doing all the math, it's $8.85 per sale. Now, if you did the premium, Printify premium, it's actually $11.18 at $23. Again, you can make more than that with Shopify and Etsy, depending on what price you do, but leaving it at 23. So by far, I think this one, the Printify version, gives you the most profit per sale. Now, can you get more sales? That's the other question, right? Like, it's not only price per sale, but how many sales. Because if you get 0 sales at $11 profit, but you get $5 per sale and you made 10, then of course that one's going to win. So you have to figure out, like, how are you going to get those sales next? But if we're just speaking pure profit per sale, I think Printify definitely wins. Hands down, no questions. So there you go. Hopefully this video is really helpful for you. This was the pricing per $23 t-shirts. Now there's lots of different options, as you can see, but hopefully this was very helpful for you, so you can see not only like the changes in Redbubble and how that affects profit there, but all of them compared to each other. And now you can make a better decision on which print-on-demand site works best for you, which one gets you the best profit, maybe which one gets you the most traffic, and all of those things. If you want to see this list, this is the full list right here. I'm going to put it on my digital downloads. So these prices that I made are just for August 2025. The prices change all the time. If they do, I'll definitely try and make a video for it. Now, if you're in print on demand and want to know some do's and don'ts of it, I made this video right here on 7 things that you shouldn't do as a print on demand seller. Hopefully that video is helpful as well. Thanks again for watching. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.